Lalate News Headquarters in Santa Monica. This is Mornings at Lalate.
It's a big morning, Tuesday, March 9th, 2021. With breaking developments about your $1,400 third stimulus check and Wall Street minutes ago. The Speaker of the House has now indicated that the vote will happen as early as the next 24 hours. But Democrats are already making demands that your fourth stimulus package have reoccurring stimulus checks and possibly FUC retro. Will the president agree? The Biden administration has signaled that two major anti-big tech officials will add to the administration, perhaps seeking antitrust enforcement. And with long-term unemployment still not fixed, will you likely see a fifth stimulus package later this year as well? Meantime, Senator Elizabeth Warren has called for a path to get funding of $200 a month increase for your SSI and SSDI. How will it work? The wealth tax is growing, along with MSC, and now with FUC Retro. We have all big exciting news starting right now on the tail end of Mornings at Lalate. Big developments about your third stimulus check as the call for a vote will happen in the next 24 hours. Then the president will sign it into law also in the next 24 hours. The bill will become law in the next 24 hours. And then the president will address the country on Thursday. Meantime, Treasury yields fell for their 1.6 level on Tuesday morning as yields continue to soften. This caused the 10-year Treasury note to drop to 1.533 at shortly before sunrise today. Meantime, the CDC issued new travel advisories that could impact your fourth stimulus package. I have the big developments about that, also why the president is now seeking the addition of people to his administration that could be taking on big tech. All these developing news across the land. I'm so excited for you. Good morning, and this is Mornings at Lalate. How are you? It's a big day with a lot of developing stuff across the land. You know, whether you are on the West Coast or the East Coast, there's a lot of excitement. And that excitement starts with a $1,400 third stimulus check. Congratulations, you're getting it. The vote will happen in the next 24 hours. The law will happen in the next 24 hours. And the stimulus check will go out by the end of this week. Done. But how about what happens next? What happens after that? Well, the excitement's already brewing across the country, as the fourth stimulus package would likely have recurring stimulus checks. How much? Analysts believe it'll be somewhere between $1,400 to $2,000 until the pandemic's over. That's item number one. Number two, there's a push underway to do FPUC retro from July to December. That push started with Ron Wyden after viewers asked him, would he support it? And he said yes. Item number three, the push for SSI and SSDI retro could be happening as well. We have not one, not two, but three different paths to get it to the president. And those paths involve a bill, a standalone bill, an executive order, and more. Wow, what a day it is. Are you excited? I'm excited as well. We made some modifications since the video before that. Thank you for your comments. The coffee is brewing, the toast is toasting, and the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and what a day it is. Thank you for your comments on the video before them. I saw that, and here we are. You know, it's just a great day. The thing that always rubs me wrong, and I'm not going to read the comments, is when people say, are they voting today or are they voting tomorrow? Who cares? I mean, do you think it cuts off 6 hours and when the check goes out? No. I mean, the check's going out at the end of this week. So who cares they vote today or tomorrow? Is this like Who Shot JR? Is it like the final episode of Melrose Place where you find out if it was the person in apartment one that did it. I mean, there's no drama to the what day they vote. They vote today, they vote tomorrow. Who cares? I mean, really, do we really care? I mean, I just want to say that because I keep on seeing this comment. It votes today, it votes tomorrow, it votes. Who cares? It's sometime in the next 24 hours. Now, what I'm more excited about is forced stimulus. What I'm really excited about is forced stimulus. Forced stimulus is going to have so much in there. 11 Democrats have stepped forward and saying they are going to demand reoccurring stimulus checks every month. How much? Well, it's likely to be somewhere between $1,400 to $2,000. It's not going to be $600. 11 of 50 senatorial Democrats wrote the letter. They aren't playing games. They are not playing games. Also not playing games are a bunch of surfers. And Ron Wyden. Ron Wyden says that if you give the push, thank you, Gil Barrera, for the super chat. If you give the push, he will support FUC Retro in the next stimulus package. The next stimulus package may be a strong arm against the president. Why? Because the president needs to do reconciliation again. He can't do it any other way. Reconciliation will be done for the fourth stimulus package and for the fifth stimulus package. And when they do reconciliation, they need 50 of 50 Democratic votes. Well, they may not get them because those Democrats are holding out for multiple stimulus checks and FPUC retro. And what else? The president may be seen push for things that you want as well. And it may be this that you want, some deliciousness, but it's actually more delicious than that. It's $200 a month for SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and railroad benefits. How does this work? It could happen 4 different ways. 1, the president can do it by executive order. Number 2, he can agree to a bill introduced to the Senate. The bill excitement started a week ago yesterday when Elizabeth Warren introduced a wealth tax bill that would tax the top 2% of the country's, would tax people whose net worth is over $50 million at 2%, and then additional 1% for people whose net worth is over $1 billion. It would generate $2.75 trillion of revenue that would pay for the SSI and SSDI. She said she was going to use this money for exactly that purpose when running for the president. But there's another way. And the other way that may work with this president is what's basically being called sort of a strong arm, that basically Democrats can demand the president to do things for them, or they're not going to give him a vote of support in the third stimulus package. That vote of support in the third stimulus package starts with any provision that they want, whether it's SSI, SSDI, Social Security, or railroad benefits. Really incredible, great news. Elsewhere, what's happening on Wall Street this morning? Well, Wall Street is really getting excited about stimulus. The Dow was up, the NASDAQ was up, and the 10-year Treasury fell away from that 1.6 level, which was too high. It's now at 1.533 before I went live on camera. But as we talk about fourth stimulus, could there be fifth stimulus? It depends upon unemployment numbers. And a new report overnight would impact that really largely. And what's that report? A new report from CDC says you should not travel if you don't have to. Oh boy. If you don't travel, guess what happens? Travel industry doesn't make money. Guess what happens? Travel industry doesn't start to re-employ people. And if it does not start to re-employ people, then unemployment numbers across the country will continue to stay much the same. How does this work? Let me show you what CDC said. CDC said it is not time to start to travel if you don't have to. CDC said everyone should refrain from traveling, and that it should actually even consider 2 weeks following a single dose of Johnson & Johnson's vaccination if you get it. So 1, if you're vaccinated, don't travel, they're saying. Number 2, if you are vaccinated, wait at least 2 weeks before. If you're not vaccinated, don't travel. If you are vaccinated, maybe also still not travel. And if you're getting Johnson & Johnson's dose, then don't travel for at least 2 weeks after you get the dose. Well, my goodness. They're also saying the same thing for Pfizer and Moderna. This impacts your stimulus because if we don't have the travel industry back to normal, then we don't have jobs. And if we don't have jobs, we'll need more stimulus. Meantime, the president is raising a lot of eyebrows today as the president announces two major critics of big tech to join his administration, Danny Kean and Tim Wu, who are seen as individuals that may take on tech giants like Apple, Amazon, Facebook, and others. All these are facing potential antitrust regulatory issues. And Biden's administration has reportedly included Khan being a nominee for the Federal Trade Commission, which could signal pushing for antitrust across the land. Wow. And let me see who's in the room. There's Jazz, and there's Charlotte, and there's Philip, and there's Sandy. Everyone having fun? How's everyone doing? There is Gail, and there's BRS. And there's Sandy. How is everyone? And there's T. Fisher and Henry. What's going on? The excitement about forced stimulus started not today, but actually a few days ago. And that push came when they were being asked senators, Democrats, for votes of support for a third stimulus package. When they were asked by this administration for that support, they said, well, Mr. President, we'll give you that support, but only if when you come back to us for forced stimulus, there's reoccurring stimulus checks. That's item number one. Number two, they're now saying that they'll do FPUC retro if you get enough Democratic senators behind it. Number three, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and Railroad benefits of $200 a month did not get into the third stimulus package. But now there's not one, not two, but three passed to get it in there. Number one, a standalone bill. What would be that standalone bill? It would be Elizabeth Warren's standalone bill. She wrote it last year in March of 2020. She just needs to reintroduce it to the Senate. And then away it goes to the president to sign. That's item number one, or move number one. Move number two would be to hold out Democratic votes for the president when he gets ready for a forced stimulus package. And say, we're not going to give you that vote unless you help the people across the country with SSI and SSDI. Or number three, the most obvious, executive order. The president signing into law an executive order that would increase your benefits. It's so easy because an executive order can be done much like how SNAP was done. How does that work? How would an executive order for SSI and SSDI work? And how quickly could it become a law? Someone dropped a really great question just a second ago. Do I need to amend my tax return to get the $3,000 child check? Great question. I love that question. It's such a great question. I'm going to answer it right after this commercial break. Stay with me in 60 seconds. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities. That's at news.la.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join Lalate Daily for the excitement of the new Lalate live daily. The excitement starts on mornings Lalate at 9 a.m. Home Lalate returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons Lalate at 1 p.m.
Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on Lalate.
From Wall Street to Main Street, this is Lalate.
How are you? Great questions during the commercial break. A lot of great questions. One person asked before the commercial break, do I have to modify my tax return to get that child tax credit? Well, understand the child tax credit is automatic if the IRS knows that child exists. If you have not informed the IRS of the existence of a child but have been filing tax returns, then yes, you should file an amended tax return. Understand that the $1,400 stimulus check is automatic. It goes off your 2019 or 2020 tax return. So if you qualify for your income level of the stimulus check, either tax return, you're good. But as to the stimulus check for the child, we're talking about the $3,600 or $3,000 add-on if they're less than 17, then the IRS needs to know that child exists. And if you have not been listing them as a dependent on your tax return, yeah, you need to file an amended tax return. Someone just added another question just a second ago. Did the retroactive stimulus for adult dependents get removed? It never got in there. Never got in there. Understand that the way I deliver the news on this channel is that if you hear it, it's there. If you don't hear it, it's not there. And so I'm starting to see questions for people asking me about stuff that was not even in the bill when I reported in January. I'm seeing questions for people asking about HEROES Act stuff from 2020. How about HEROES Act? Oh boy. You know what's important is that you join me as Noontime LA kicks into high gear at 11 o'clock because I'm going to go through all the provisions of the third stimulus check one at a time. And you want to hear exactly where that money is happening, where it is, and how you get it. If you're just joining me, your third stimulus check will become law today or tomorrow. It will be signed by the president today or tomorrow. The House will vote on it today or tomorrow. And the excitement is just growing across the country. I'm seeing some really great questions. The stimulus check will start going out at the end of this week to viewers this country. And the toast is toasting. The butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here. And if you've not hit that subscribe button, hit it right now. Made some modifications since the earlier videos this morning. I saw your comments. Thank you for the comments. I assume I fixed it good because I haven't heard any more comments in this video. And I've been watching to see if I see the same comment, but I don't see it. So I guess I did it okay. If you've not liked this video, hit the like button. And if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. What I want you to know is that under the third stimulus package, after the stimulus check, the next item for you to get is a while. But it's ironically the EIDL grant. The EIDL grant is the next item. And literally it's going to open and it's going to be gone. It's going to open and it's going to be gone. So you don't want to miss a penny. Understand, it's free to subscribe. It's free to subscribe. If you had to choose between subscribing or losing $5,000, what would you do? You'd subscribe. You'd subscribe. You wouldn't want to miss a minute to get $5,000. You wouldn't want to miss a minute to get $3,600 for a child. You wouldn't want to miss a penny or a moment for anything. Great question. Someone just stopped on the screen. What about SSI and SSDI? Every viewer for SSI and SSDI, you're getting your stimulus check of $1,400, and you're going to qualify for about $5,000 in the third stimulus package. You're going to qualify for rent, utilities, food, and internet, most definitely, probably. That's $5,000 plus $1,400 just for you. I haven't started about other family members. Now, if you're on SSI and you have a kid, you're going to get the kid's check and $3,600 if the child is 5 to newborn, and if the child is 17 to 6, you're going to get $3,000 plus their stimulus check as well, if you're on SSI and SSDI. And that's just exciting news. Let me give you an example. If you're on SSI and SSDI, and you have 2 kids who are age 5, there's you and your husband and wife, 2 kids, and the kids are both 5. Guess how much money you're going to get from the third stimulus package? You're going to get $2,800 of stimulus check for you and your husband, and then you're going to get $10,000 for those 2 kids, $5,000 and $5,000. So what are we at so far? We're at $12,400. And then you're going to qualify for about $5,000 of rent, utilities, and food and internet. You get about $17,000 in the third stimulus package. Now, of that $17,000, the first $10,000 is automatic, but you need to make sure you have everything lined up appropriately. If you've never filed tax returns and they don't know about the children, if they don't know that you exist, they don't know where you are, nothing is ever automatic if IRS doesn't know where you are. But I just showed you how you emphatically, positively get over $12,000 of just a start and another $5,000. That's before we get to the SSI, SSDI, Social Security, and Railroad benefits of $200 on top of that, which is still in play. It can happen 3 ways. Standalone bill in the Senate. We already have the excitement that happened on Monday when a standalone bill to fund it was introduced by Elizabeth Warren, a wealth tax bill. That was item number 1. Number 2, second way it can be done is by holding out votes in the 4th stimulus package unless it's in there. And path number 3 is executive order. Really great news across the land. I'm seeing some comments from viewers that says, what happened to? If you're asking what happened to, the answer is just not in there. What happened to? It's times like now that you have to understand the great news is you're getting $1,400 and over $5,000 under the third stimulus check package if you make less than $45,000. Just to start. You may get a lot more than that, but just to start, you're getting $1,400 plus $5,000. Now is not the time to place and ask, what about that thing I heard from 2 years ago? Is that going to happen? No, because I want you to go get this other money. I want you to get this other money. And in about 30 minutes from now, I'm going to show you how you get that other money. As Noontime LA gets underway, are you excited? First, hit the subscribe button to this channel. Also, like this video. And I'll see you in about 20 minutes at 11 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, 2 p.m. as Noontime LA gets underway. Welcome Yolanda to the family. Welcome Yolanda for becoming a Purple Hawk member. If you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. And see you just in a little bit as LA continues on this channel.